today's Geography online lecture. And I'm Mansi Angne from Khernagar Secondary School, Bandra East. We have seen paper solving question number 1 and 2 in the last lectures, and that is to fill in the blanks and match the pairs and the different types which are related with 1 and 2. So let's start with question number 3 of your geography question paper, but have a quick recap. Let's see what we have done in the last lecture. So this is, let's recall. We have started question number 2 in the last lecture. We have studied in the last lecture about the different type of questions that can come or can be asked in question number 2. That is match the following, which can be asked for 4 marks. And we have to solve in the different examples of match the pairs also. We have also done how it should be written in the answer paper and what points should be kept in mind while solving this kind of questions. Then yesterday we have also done with the next type of question, that is odd man out, how it will come in the paper and how you are going to solve it. One statement will carry 1 mark. We have also seen question number 2. Next type, that is identify the wrong pair. So it can be asked as identify wrong pairs also. How one set will give you 1 mark and the 4 set of the wrong pair identification will going to give you 4 marks. And we have also done a lot of examples in that. Then yesterday's lecture, we have also seen the next type which can be asked for question number 2 is arrange in proper sequences. That is in chronological order, means what will come first and what will come in the next stage. So we have taken an example in the occurrence of earthquake, which will give you 4 marks. So if you attempt this question, arranging in the proper sequence will going to give you 4 marks. We have also seen the study strategy. Now, what was this study strategy? How to study? Okay, in that particular section, we have seen reading textbooks regularly, how reading textbook will help you, and instead of just mugging up, how you should try to understand the concept, marking important points, and throughoutly studying the textbook exercises question, which is very important, because most of the time in the paper the exercises which are below your lessons are asked. And how to make a friends with map, that also was very interesting thing we have seen yesterday. That is how to make friends with map, how you can play with the map, how you can create a games with the map, and how you can study a boring map in a very beautiful way. So that is in the new concept which is already given in your textbook. You must have seen now this year's textbook. Now previous textbooks which were there, in those textbook this type of title were not given for make friends with map, but now this is a new concept, a new idea has been put. So how you can make a friends with your map. Now let's see, we have done question number 1, we have done question number 2, and we are going to do question number 3 today. Moving ahead. So we'll be studying today question number 3 and what can be asked. Different types of question can be asked in this question number 3. Not only answer the following in one sentence, not only this can be asked. Now right now I'm having a paper, you can see here in the slide. Question number 3, answer in one sentence is asked, and you have to attempt 4 out of 5 is going to give you 4 marks. If you're having any doubt with the first one, then you can answer. If you're having a doubt with whatever you have attempted, fourth one, for all the questions, then at the end you can answer the extra question, but also maintain the timing and speed. So this is a question paper that is from my school. This is the same paper, is not going to come. Of course, this is of the last year. So I have given it only to show you the example, like how question number 3 can be asked. Now writing question number is very, very important. This is the main thing when you're answering the questions. Writing question number is very, very important. No need to write the question, but you can write as answer one, answer two, and the full statement. Now, in this answer the following, you're not going to write only the answerable word, but you're going to write in the full sentence. Now, let's see how we are going to write in the full sentence. This is an example. Look in this slide how the question and answers are written over here. So this is the example of how the question and answers are written. This 5 question answers will be there and you're going to attempt any 4 out of it. Now the first question, it is asked over here. Read the questions very carefully. Try to understand what actually the question is asking. Don't write out of point. So whatever thing is asked in the question, that is only you're going to write. Now, when you're writing an extra answer, of course, the extra answer is not going to give you an extra mark. For example, why the sea water tastes salty. This much is only asked. So try to understand the question first. The question is why the sea water tastes salty. This much is asked. Then what the answer is written? Deposition of minerals and salt has made seawater taste salty. So why the seawater tastes salty? So answer is given that much only. You're going to write answer. You're going to write deposition of minerals and salt has made seawater taste salty. You will not write any more information from that particular lesson related with this question, because only whatever is asked, that much only you're going to answer. Now let's see the second one. What is the salinity of the Dead Sea? Salinity means the amount of salt present in the water. So you have seen the properties of seawater. That is the lesson number 6 from your textbook. So here, what is asked? What is the salinity of Dead Sea? Of course, you are not going to write everything related to it, where the Dead Sea is located, how it is. You're not going to write. Only it is asked about the salinity. So, what is the salinity of the Dead Sea? The Dead Sea has salinity of 332%, which is maximum in the world. So, only this much answer you're going to write in this question when it is asked this way. So, you have seen how answer in one sentence is written. So, it is written not only the required word. Now, for example, what is the salinity of Dead Sea? If I write only 332%, I will not get the full 1 mark of it. So it is very necessary to that you have to answer in the whole statement. Now moving ahead, next type, this question number 3 can be asked. Now if it is asked in one sentence, then one sentence only. Again, name the following will not come. Okay, if it is not asked as one sentence, question number 3, then it can be asked as the name the following. Now, this is also 5 questions will be given over here, and you're going to attempt 4 out of 5, and each correct answer is going to give you 1 mark and total 4 marks. Now, this is the example from your lesson, Transport and Communication. And you can see over here, the first question, 5 cities with AVI services in Maharashtra. Now, how the answer is given? Now, here you can directly, starting point you can write, and then you can directly put the numbering for the cities which are asked. The 5 cities with airways services in Maharashtra, that is, okay, colon mark, and then you can start. First one, Mumbai, Pune, Nasik, Nagpur, and Nanded. Now, see the next question. The services available in post offices. Answer, the services available in the post offices, that is, first, communication. Second, life insurance. Third, saving. Fourth, banking. Fifth one is the spread of information, etc. Now, in this question, you can name the thing, but in the proper beginning, it's very, very important. And remember that you are going to attempt 4 out of 5. So, moving ahead to the next type. Moving ahead to the next type of question number 3, we have seen one sentence question. We have seen what next can be asked, that was the name the following, and how to write with an example we have seen. Now the next way, the same question, question number 3, either it can be asked one sentence, either it can be asked name the following, or it can be asked as say right or wrong, and you have to attempt the same way. You're going to attempt here 4 out of 5. Okay, you're going to attempt 4 out of 5 over here, and each will carry you 1 mark, and that is the total 4 marks. So write whether the following statements are true or false and correct the incorrect one. So always remember, when the statements are true, that is right or wrong, true or false, it's the same question. So whenever the statement is true, you're going to write the answer only true. Okay, answer true. Whenever the statement is false, that is wrong, then you are going to write the answer false. And then you will continue with why it is false by giving in one example or one reason for it why it is false. Now, let's see the first one. Climate affects earthquake. Now, you know it is false. Now, why this is false? The androgenetic movement affects lead to earthquake, that is leads to means effects to earthquake. Then mechanical weathering is less effective in the humid climate. Mechanical weathering is less effective, we know it is true, because in humid climate we are having a moisture in air, but it is true. So here you don't have to like give the whatever statement needed, because it is a true answer. Now, next, mechanical weathering is happening on the large scale in dry climate. This is true. This answer is also true. Okay. Now, moving ahead, remember, this question can be asked, as I told you, even by identify the type on the basis of statement. And here also, you're going to attempt what? 4 out of 5. Here also 4 out of 5. There are some questions in where you are going to attempt 2 out of 3. That also I will tell you later. They are in the sequence. But identify the type on the basis of statement will be asked for 1 mark each, and that you are going to attempt 4 out of 5, and of course each correct answer is going to give you 1 mark. So let's see this. Identify the type of the tourism from the following statement. Now this is from your lesson 12, tourism. Hemant Kumar went to Mexico to learn about the architectural skill of Mayan culture. Now, what is this? What type of tourism is this? Now, here you are going to write only answer. Only answer you are going to write, that whatever in a single word it comes. Now, this you have learned in lesson tourism. What types of tourism are there? Now, this Hemant Kumar, he is going to Mexico to learn the architectural skill of the Mayan culture. Now, what is this? This is the international or foreign tourism. Now, both the answers are correct. When both the multiple answers are there and both the answers are correct, you can put a slash for it and write both the answers. Even if you write for one answer also, that is also correct. It will give you full 1 mark. Now, next is what? The Portuguese tourist had come to Goa, okay, to participate in the Goa Carnival. This Portuguese tourist had come to Goa to participate in the Goa Carnival. Now, again, this is also international tourism, because this person is coming from Portugal to Goa to India. And this can be also called as the foreign tourism. Now, next is to seek treatment in the naturopathy center. John and Amar went to Kerala. Now, this is not written from where they have actually went. Here it can be from your own country. To seek the treatment of naturopathy, Ayurvedic treatment, we have learned in the lesson tourism what it is called as. They went to Kerala, that is the South India. Kerala is located in South India. Now, that is called as domestic tourism. This is not a foreign tourism. This is called as the domestic tourism, as well as it can be called as health tourism. So, if you write domestic tourism, also it is correct. And if you write health tourism, also it is correct. Then Pundalik Rao accompanied the Char Dham Yatra with his family. Now, this Pundalik Rao, he has accompanied his family. He went, accomplished his family, the Char Dham Yatra with his Char Dham Yatra. Okay, so with his family, he went to Char Dham Yatra. So, Char Dham Yatra means what? Actually, it's going to the religious places, is visiting different temples. Now, this is called as religious tourism. Why he's going over there? To visit the temple. So this is the religious tourism. I think you students, you must have understood what type of questions can come in this. Now, moving ahead to the next type of question, this is not only going to be asked, and more types are there. So the next type of question which can be asked for this question number 3, we have seen it can be asked in the answer in one sentence. We have seen it can be asked in identify wrong pairs, right, say right or wrong, identify the uh, type of the statement, and as well as this question number 3 can be asked in differentiate between. Now, difference between here, what you can see in the slide, difference between the capitalist economy and the socialist economy is given. It is already answer is given in this. So this capitalist economy and socialist economy, this is from your lesson number 8, Introduction to Economics. This particular thing is from lesson number 8. So now how much you're going to attempt over here? This question will be asked for 4 marks. Of course, it is the question number 3 only. So the marks allocation will be same. 4 marks will be allotted and you have to attempt any 2. Okay. Remember, students, you're going to attempt any 2 out of 3. Means if 3 differentiation will be asked, then you're going to answer for only 2 differentiation. And how many points you're going to write for 2 marks? Now see, when you're writing 2 differentiation, that means the single differentiation is asked for 2 marks. So how much you're going to write for 2 marks? You're going to write at least 3 points for 2 marks. So let's see this example, capitalist economy and the socialist economy. Okay, and very important thing is there, whenever you're writing and differences, so it should go in the same way. Like we'll see in this example, capitalist, the ownership management of means of production is in the hand of private individual. In the capitalist economy, you must have learned in your lesson that the ownership and the means of production is in the hand of private individual companies. That means private people are owning their own companies and the ownership is in their hand. Even the management is in the hand of capitalist economy in the private person. Then in the socialist, in the same socialist economy, now see here, the means of production belongs to the society as a whole and are under the control of government. So the means of production belongs to the society as a whole. As a whole, it belongs to the society, but under the control of government. Now, whatever we have written in question in A side, we have written in the same way in the B side. Of course, the difference is there, but related to the same issue, that is the management and ownership. So that is very important. Now, next point, to earn the maximum profit is the main aim of capitalist economy. The main aim of it. The function of it is to earn the maximum profit. Next is of socialist economy, what it is to achieve the social welfare is the main aim of socialist economy, not only to earn the profit, it will also think of the social welfare, how the people will get the benefit of it. That is called as the social welfare. So not only achieving, not only increasing the profit, but also that social society should be somewhere beneficial. Now, the third point, which is given here, the USA, Germany, and India have a capitalist, the USA, Germany, and Japan have the capitalist economy. And here, socialist economy, Russia and China have the socialist economy. India is having a mixed economy that we have seen in the lesson number 8. So, if you have carefully seen all the 3 points are like related with each other. In the first point, it is asked that about the ownership. So, in the capitalist economy, it is written only of the ownership as well as in the socialist economy. In the second point, we have taken the difference of profit. So in capitalist also we are talking about profit, in socialist also we are talking about profit. So you cannot write in such a way like owner, if you have taken a first point like ownership and management in the hand of the production of private individual. On other side, as the first point you cannot write to achieve the social welfare main aim of society. So this will be the like wrong way. So third point also you have seen that which countries have adopted this capitalist economy, and in the socialist column also you have seen that we have given an example of which countries have actually adopted this type of socialist economy. So very important things that you should be keep in mind when you are writing differentiate between, and this differentiate between, of course you are going to answer only 2 out of 3, and the each correct differentiation is going to give you 2 marks about after completing whole one differentiation. Now next question. Okay, next question. See, this question number 3 is asked in many ways. In the 6 different ways, this question number 3 can be asked. Now the next question which can be asked is write short notes for 4 marks, and you have to attempt over here 2 out of 3 like differentiation only you're going to answer here only 2 out of 3, and the each short note will give you 2 marks. That means 2 plus 2 it is 4. Now points, how many points you're going to actually attempt for getting 2 marks? Now remember, this is asked for 2 marks each. So at least 3 to 4 points are necessary. Now you can write more than that also if provided you're having a time, which is very important. So timing is very important in this. Now let's see this example. This is from lesson number 12. Write short note. Okay, this is about the film tourism. In film tourism, I'll just read this. The location where the films are shot are shown to the tourist. Second point, a number of amenities and facilities are provided to attract the tourists. And the third one, Mumbai Film City, Ramoji Film City are the famous film tourist places in India. Now, if you have seen this answer, how you're going to write, you can write answer and you can write the first point. Always remember that students, we are not going to write the answers in the paragraph format, but you are going to write the answer in the point wise, which is very important, which makes clear to the examiner when he's checking your paper what are actually the points you want to clear out. So it is very important that this type of questions you're going to ask, means in fact all questions you're going to ask in the point wise, leaving only one line answer. So here putting point number is very important. Now, next type of example we'll take, that is one more example of the same type of write short notes, eco-friendly tourism or eco-tourism. Now, what points are written over here? The concept of eco-friendly tourism came into light when it was realized that due to increasing population, pollution, and urbanization, environment is degrading. Second point we have to write, the nature of ecotourism is eco-friendly. Third, in ecotourism, the tourist places are visited by taking precautions of not damaging or degrading the environment. And also, we have taken 4 points over here because we can write as many points in this particular topic as well as in the film tourism. But we have written a fourth point. Ecotourism includes avoiding sound pollution, air pollution, not hurting trees, birds, animals, etc. in the forest. So, in this particular way, you're going to write short notes which will be asked for 4 marks. You're going to attempt any 2 out of 3 points. How many? 3 to 4 points you are going to write for 2 marks. So I think we have completed with all type of example that can be asked. So let's see in short and try to recollect what we have seen in one slide. So everything I have grabbed over here in one particular slide. So it's very easy for you. You can take a screenshot of this because the same thing is going to help you in the 10th standard. As I told you before, 9th and 10th standard pattern goes same. So here the type of the questions that can be asked. Okay, we have seen now in detail what things can be asked. The type of the questions is first way, answer in one sentence. How much you're going to write? 4 out of 5 you're going to attempt. 4 out of 5 you're going to attempt. 5 questions will be asked. You're going to attempt 4 of it, and the marks allotted are 4 marks. Then again, name the following. Name the following also. You're going to attempt 4 out of 5, 4 marks. Then another way this question number 3 can be asked, that is say right or wrong. Here also 4 you can attempt out of 5. Then identify the type, that is the statement example I have shown you, that also 4 you are going to attempt out of 5. Then differentiate between what points you are going to write, how you are going to write, that also we have seen which way you are going to differentiate. And 2 out of 3, so here only 3 questions of the differentiate will be asked, and this particular you are going to answer only 2 differentiates question, and each differentiate question is going to give you 2 marks, that is 2 plus 2, 4. Then the next thing which is asked over here is write short notes. This type of question, this third question can be asked in write short notes. Now, write short notes also you're going to attempt only 2 out of 3. And remember, students, everything is not going to be asked in question number 3. Either answer the one sentence, either name the following, either say right or wrong, either whatever means whichever types are mentioned over here, it will be asked in any one can be asked for your question number 3. So you're going to prepare all these questions. Now students, you must have got the clear idea of what can be asked in question number 3. Let's solve some example from your textbooks. Remember same pattern. Okay, remember the same pattern is going to come. Let's begin with the first example. Just few examples we have taken over here. Now, this is an example of answer the following in one sentence. Now, question number 3 only it is. First one, what is called wind? Now, what is called wind? The movement of the air is called as wind. Next question, how is a river formed? A river formed when many flows of water comes together. This is the answer for your question. So this one way it can be asked. So one more example we are having over here. Let's move to it. Name the following. It is asked ports along the coast of Maharashtra, the ports which are situated along the coastal line. And so we have to name these ports, and the answer you can see, the port along the coast of Maharashtra Then of course you are going to give a colon mark. Those are means two dot. This type of marks you must have learned in the punctuation in your English grammar. So colon mark you are going to give. Then you will write the numbers of date. Tahanu, Vasai, Mumbai, then Gharapuri. Now Gharapuri is also known as Elephanta, where the Elephanta caves are there and where you can see the picture of that Elephanta caves in your Balbharti textbook front. So that picture is there in that Elephanta cave. So it is also called as Gharapuri. Then Srivardhan is there. Then Harne. Now this, where is this Harne? Harne is near Dapoli, Ratnagiri. So this is also one port. Then Jaigarh, Ratnagiri, Malvan, and Vengurla, Malvan, Vengurla. These are in Sindhudurg. So this ports, yeah, comes under the coast, that is along the coast of Maharashtra. So moving ahead, right or wrong. Let's take an example of right or wrong. Now this is from your lesson number 7. Here the questions can be displayed over here in the screen because the answers are little bit cannot be accommodated over here. So we'll see the answers in the next slide. So the first one, the international date line is an imaginary line which follows exactly 180-degree meridian. Now, this particular answer is false. We'll see in the next slide. I'll just read first. The question asked. The next one is GMT is known as the world standard time. And the third one is day and date changes if you travel over from North Hemisphere to Southern Hemisphere. Now we'll see the answers of this particular questions which was just now given, which was just now shown. So the first thing what we have seen was the international date line is an imaginary line which follows exactly 180 degree of meridian. It is false. Of course, it follows 180-degree, but it is not a straight line. We have seen when we have studied this lesson number 7, international date line. So how it is? It is first we are going to write false. Then ideal is not a straight line like 180-degree meridian. Ideal turns to the left and right in order to ensure it passes through the water body throughoutly, and why we have seen previously in the previous lesson. Now the next thing which was asked about the Greenwich. So Greenwich line, that is GMT, is known as the world standard time. Of course it is true. A world standard time can be considered by looking at this GMT. Now, the third one was asked the day and date changes if you travel from North Hemisphere to the South Hemisphere, but we know that it is false. It is not necessary that whenever one travels from North Hemisphere to South Hemisphere, the date and the day time will change. It will change only if one crosses the international date line during travel. So, no need that the day and date will change if you travel from one place to another, but only when you're actually crossing the international date line, then only your day and date is changing. So, moving ahead to the next type of example, that is short notes. We have seen it prior also. So the short note you can see here in the column, and you can see over here what has been asked. Now in the short note, it has been asked about the seismograph. Now here in the seismograph, it is given over here. The seismograph is an instrument to draw seismograph. Then after studying seismograph, the magnitude of the earthquake is known. After when you study seismograph, the magnitude of earthquake can be known. With the advanced seismograph, even microseismic waves can be measured. With the help of seismograph, the magnitude of the earthquake is measured by the Richter scale. Richter scale also you have learned in this lesson. Moving ahead.
Hello.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh, moving ahead, that a next example is already there. It's one more example is there. I'll show you. Just get my screen back. Moving ahead to the next one. Okay, we have covered this. In the same way, this identify the wrong pair. One more example is there in your textbook. Let's discuss that. This is about the type of trades that Srishti brought sugar from the grocery shop. Now, what kind of trade it is? It is a retail trade. Then the trader from Surat brought a cotton from the farmers of Maharashtra. That is domestic trade. Then Samir has exported pomegranate from his farms to Australia. Now this Samir is exporting pomegranate farms to Australia, so it is exporting to the other country. So that is the international trade. Then Sadhabau brought 10 sacks of wheat and 5 sacks of rice from the market yard for selling in his own shop. It is a wholesale trade. Okay, so far we have taken the examples, all the examples we have seen. In this way, we have covered whole question number 3. So let's have a quick recap of it. So we have seen in the first thing, we have seen how it can be asked. We have seen question number 1. It can question number 3. It can be asked as answer the following. It can be asked as one sentence. It can be asked as name the following. It can be asked as identify the type on the basis of statement. It can be asked as say right or wrong. It can be asked as differentiate between. You can see over here. And it can be also asked as write short notes. After that, in short, I have told you what ways it can be asked. We have also seen an example from your lesson. Name the following right or wrong, then answer true or false and short note. And we have covered with everything. And I'll stop screen sharing over here. Okay, I'll stop screen sharing over here. But I'll ask you some of the questions. Okay, so now you can unmute yourself and you can tell me the answer of it. You can unmute yourself and you can tell me answer of it. So this is an interactive section for the student. Answer in one sentence. Now, what is an isoline? What is an isoline? Unmute yourself and answer. What is an isoline? Students, unmute yourself and answer this question. What is an isoline?